Developer accused of the wild Excavator Rampage. Sure.
It's the demolition job no one saw coming. An angry developer accused of being hell-bent on revenge and letting rip with an excavator. He doesn't miss.
Goodness gracious.
A demolition derby that has to be seen.
He's had enough.
Believed.
When they're desperate for money, they'll do desperate things.
Ted, can you tell us what happened?
The machine malfunctioned.
Police claim this
Scott, like, I don't know what to tell you.
developer
It
is
just
about
went
to
all
fly
cattywampus.
into a rage. He's on a work site in Truganina in Melbourne's west when he suddenly begins driving an excavator towards a factory across the road that he also built and sold. Inside, workers from the family business can't believe their eyes as the man takes down the fence and flattens a fire hydrant, but he's just getting started. Surely he's not going for the carb. He goes to smash up another vehicle before mouthing off.
This almost looks like a
someone just
cutscene
out of shot.
from a video game.
The enraged developer then gets back to work, flipping this Skoda before setting his sights on the ute. It too destroyed by the swinging bucket. The man offers a parting wave. Minutes later, his walk of shame.
But it looks like he didn't spend long in jail. Here he is.
We can unmask the man police allege was driving the excavator as Turak dad Ted Crollo.
Why aren't you saying anything, Ted?
While he's allegedly happy to dish it out, it seems the only thing the 56-year-old's scared of are our cameras.
Ted, just tell us what happened.
So is he not going to jail, or?
Ted claims the warehouse owners owe him money. They tell us it's simply not true. They're now left to pick up the pieces as Ted continues to work right across the road. Ted, where are you going?
So he's... That is always so crazy to me. We've watched so much A Current Affair. Nobody in Australia gets arrested for fucking anything. We watched that clip about that drunk driver that blasted a woman, right? Drunk driving, literally hits a woman on the sidewalk. I'm pretty sure even, like, broke her back. She had to, like, relearn how to walk and everything. That drunk driver didn't go to jail and, in fact, moved in next door to the woman she hit. Do you guys remember that? And then we also watched that one about the neighbor that blew up his... about that guy's neighbor who blew up his car in his driveway, said he did it, and all they said was, don't do it again. Does anyone get arrested for fucking anything in Australia? Ever? Like, holy shit. That's crazy. You Americans are so dumb. Hey, I gotta tell you, if you're not going to jail for drunk driving, hitting a woman, ruining her life, then, brother, I don't know what you go to jail for. That is basically attempted murder. Fucking drunk driving, and then doing that, and then just walking free, and then moving in next door. You deserve to be in jail. You deserve to be in jail for drunk driving. Straight up. Bro, it's bail. Why are you telling me that? You don't even know the stories I'm talking about, clearly. Because it's not bail. She walked, and then eventually became the woman who she hit's neighbor. And then the guy who blew up his neighbor's car still lives there. That was the whole story. Like, he still lives there. That's why A Current Affair even bothered covering it, because they are still neighbors, and he blew up his fucking car on surveillance camera. That's a very rare story. That's why it was a story. It doesn't seem very rare. Every single one of these that that we've ever seen ends with them not in jail, walking free, and then these goofballs chase them around with a mic, and they clearly don't answer anything.
It seems
that's what the whole channel's dedicated to.
Trouble follows.
He's a prime called in the
2006,
resub cow.
he was banned for 3 years from running a company. After organising an interview with him, Ted pulled the pin, not once,
just missed him. Where'd he go?
Not twice,
Hey, Ted. Just ask you what happened, Ted.
but 3 times.
Sam. Ted, I'm just recording this call for our program.
He's a prime Hugh.
Hang up.
So I'm owed $3,950, and the debt goes back to 2016.
Aaron Back owns a staircase business and says he believes Ted did the dirty on him too.
Him crying poor is a complete sham.
Aaron spoke with us via Zoom from
Prime
Bali.
hash.
The handrails for this particular staircase were to be installed, and we went ahead and did them, and have chased him ever since for the final payment. We've gone to numerous and multiple lengths to be paid, but to no avail.
Tony Harrington says he thought he'd seen it all until...
Probably the wildest one that I've seen.
Tony spent decades on the tools and now mentors other tradies on how to run their businesses and finances.
Resorting to that type of
get rid of
behaviour is not
excavators
good
in
because I
the
don't think
immediate
it's gonna
premises.
resolve, and it's probably going to be more damaging for that particular guy in the long run.
In 2015 at Lake Macquarie on the New South Wales mid-north coast, a man flattened a home with a stolen bulldozer in a crazed act of revenge. And how about this case in Britain?
Wow, this seems to happen a lot. Where was this one?
A stolen In 2015 at Lake Macquarie on the New South Wales mid-north coast, a man flattened a...
Let's see. I wonder if he went to jail for flattening an entire home. Here we go. Man arrested after bulldozer demolishes home and garage. Okay, so this guy got arrested on attempted murder charges. So what about all the other people then?
Home with a stolen bulldozer in a crazed act of revenge. And how about this case in Britain? A tradie hell-bent on destroying a brand new hotel after he says he wasn't paid for the job. For his alleged wild ride, Ted's been charged with criminal damage and will have a date before a magistrate later this year.
Okay.
It's estimated that the damage bill will top $175,000.
Oh, but no one goes to jail, didn't bother finishing the story? But brother, that doesn't change the other two just because this guy does. It's still a general statement. It seems like very rare. Whoa, too very rare. What? It's a whole channel of it. I just gave 2 examples. Who are you? Do you work for the New South Wales Police Department or something? Even, we talked about it on the podcast, even Jackson says the same shit. You know what a woman got arrested for and faced 10 years in jail? Because she owned pepper spray because she had a stalker. So what we talked about is, why is a woman getting arrested for pepper spray, but not a guy who literally tried to murder his neighbor by blowing up his fucking car in the driveway? Ultimate one guy. It's not one guy, that was 3 different people. This is just the most recent one. America talking shit about how shit Australia... What are you talking... Who's talking shit about Australia? I'm just asking about why it seems so rare for someone to actually get imprisoned for crimes. What the fuck? Holy lord. Who do you work for? Are you like some kind of higher up at like the Australian court system or something and don't like even the slightest criticism? Or confusion? Good god. What is this like misplaced national pride? You can admit something's bad. I can admit there's a lot of bad things in America. What the fuck? You call that a mass shooting? That's bad. I'm not going to be like, yeah, we had a mass shooting, but you guys didn't arrest the neighbor blower-upper. You can say, yeah, that was pretty shitty. What the fuck? Show's garbage, that's why we're triggered. It's literal fake news. Didn't you just say you weren't Australian like 10 messages ago? Is anything you're even saying real? Why am I even bothering? But I don't know what's fake news about it. They literally just report on, like, usually small, trivial shit, but then occasionally neighbor disputes where one of them blows up the fucking car. It's not exactly an easy thing to fake with the surveillance camera footage. Yeah, I know a current affair is usually, like, pretty silly. That's why I like a current affair. It's usually just really trivial shit, but then occasionally, like, actual shit. Which is why Jackson and I have talked about it before on the podcast. They had an entire story about finding, God, what was it? I don't remember. Something in the Vegemite factory, and they made an entire story about how Vegemite is amazing, even though they found something in a Vegemite story, or a Vegemite factory. Like, it's just fun silliness. But then, like, the stuff that isn't silly is always perplexing how they don't end up in jail for it. 90% of Australian media is owned by one man. That's not just Australia, that's media in general. All your media is controlled by, like, the same group. Who's that man? Murdoch. It's not a secret. Rupert Murdoch.